I've gotten rape threats in my inbox and death threats at this point, all because I wanted to speak out about something really awful that happens to a lot of people at these music festivals.
Our Wellness Features editor, Vera, went to the festival and spoke with 54 women about sexual harassment and assault, and each of them, including Vera, had encountered both harassment and assault. As if that wasn't bad enough, Vera's headline made waves, and she continued to be attacked and bullied online. We've got the Teen Vogue team here, along with co-host of the very popular podcast, Call Your Girlfriend, Amina So, and our wellness editor, Vera Papisova herself. So, Vera, what have the past few days been like for you?
Aggressive. I mean, the internet has a lot to say. I've definitely gotten quite a few positive messages privately sent to me in the DMs. People telling me that this happened to them, that my story made them realize they weren't the only ones. But there's also a lot of negativity. There are a lot of people who are accusing me of lying or asking me to show them pictures of what I was wearing when I was reporting at Coachella. There are people, telling me that I probably liked it, that what did I expect? I was going to Coachella, and that's just how men are. I mean, I've gotten rape threats in my inbox and death threats at this point, all because I wanted to speak out about something really awful that happens to a lot of people at these music festivals.
Yeah, and one of the young women you spoke to said, of course sexual harassment happens here. It happens at all concerts. At Coachella, it's so many people that men think they can get away with touching you, and they think that you won't notice. I know in response, you've been kind of just so upset by people saying, well, boys will be boys.
Yeah, I think that it's really insulting to men, honestly. I think that, there are a lot of men that I know who have very much higher standards than that. Not only is it super damaging to say boys will be boys because it's normalizing that kind of behavior, but actually we really need to be highlighting the men who are part of the positive change, the men who are intervening and stopping these situations and giving people like, the 54 women I interviewed a way out of that situation. And that's really where the change is going to start in the festival culture, is the crowd policing itself.
Yeah. According to an Our Music, My Body survey, more than 90% of female concertgoers have been harassed at a music event. Samita, you are our executive editor. Why was it so important for Vera to do this story?
Our audience goes to Coachella. Our readers go to Coachella, and they don't go there to be harassed. They go there to have a good time. They go there to participate in cultural events and to see music and to relax with their friends. Yeah. And so I thought it was really important that we highlight that this is not a safe space for everybody, that some people go and they can kind of be mindless and have fun, but almost every woman that goes has to have some extra consideration before she can have fun.
Yeah, and if you are a follower of ours, you've probably seen a lot of the tweets that Vera has been so selflessly retweeting and responding to, just so that you guys can see how horrendous her mentions have been in her DMs. But one tweet in particular was directed at you and the credibility that you gave this story. People call Vera a liar, and so now they're pointing at you as the executive editor. How could you let her lie?
Yeah. The thing about reporting that's different, but in many ways similar to in a court of law, is that, you take statements and you contextualize them. Right. So we did this reporting, then we reached out to Coachella and said, do you have something to say? We talked to 54 different women, and each one of them had the same exact experience. What can you say to counter that? Yeah. And to me, as an editor, that absolutely passes the bar for vetting. Yeah. And then also at Teen Vogue, we take sexual assault and sexual abuse stories really seriously. That went through our legal department. I think it'd be one thing if it was like one person's word against another person's word, right, which I think often those stories, even in those cases, you usually have what you need before you publish it. But 54 women to turn around and then say, oh, well, they were lying.
Yeah. If you haven't noticed, we have a special guest with us here today, Miss Amina. Hi. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
You are in the public spaces often. You are the co-host of the very popular Call Your Girlfriend podcast. You're also the founder of the Tech Lady Mafia.
Yes, we do murders.
Can you tell us a little bit about your experience with harassment online in the tech space?
Honestly, my experience with harassment online is the exact same as my experience with harassment offline, which is something that is really, really, really depressing. It's it's really disheartening to hear Vera's story and having read the reporting that she did and thinking back to myself, this is why I don't go to festivals anymore, because I have had that experience. It really begs the question, like, where is a safe space for a female or a femme presenting body? It sounds really easy to say, don't go to a music festival, or like, don't go to a concert, or don't breathe oxygen around people. The problem with the internet is that it really weaponizes even more this sensation that you have of feeling unsafe. I have received death threats online, as probably everybody around this table. And there is just something very jarring about the experience of having the threat in the palm of your hand. Whether it is Twitter or Facebook or Coachella or, even the spaces that we work in say, it's your problem, deal with it, it's just not sustainable. And for decades, nobody has talked about how do we make men harass less. It's always how do we protect women? How do we women not get assaulted?
Unfortunately, though, I have to ask the question, how do we protect ourselves? In these spaces, at festivals, online, whether you're reporting about it, whether you're just going to enjoy these spaces that we deserve to be in, how do we protect ourselves?
There are things that we can do to have an illusion of safety, like fair, and I think women are stronger when we hunt in packs, like don't go places alone, like all of those things. But that goes back to the larger issue of then where is safe for us if we constantly have to create these like ways to feel like we can just be outside and be ourselves, or be at our computers and feel safe, then something is not changing.
I know Lollapalooza created one of the safety pages that has what to do if you have been sexually assaulted or a friend of yours has been sexually harassed.
And there's a mechanism for accountability. The fact that Coachella still hasn't made a statement in this moment is troubling to me, because it is a tacit support of a type of culture where sexual harassment against women is completely normalized.
Yeah. Before we move on, I do want to say, Vera, I'm so proud of you as your friend and your coworker. I know it's been so tough to get through those tweets. I'm very proud of you. All right, before we go, we have to play a game of your favorite's problematic. The man who forgot to move Beyonce's fan. This woman is up here giving you your life, my life, her life, his life. Okay? All she needs is a little bit of air. That's all she's asking for. She's giving us a 2-hour show. She's giving us costumes. She's giving us nail polish changes.
It's a lot of hair. It's a lot of air.
It's a lot of air. But all you had to do, you have one job. And he tried to run and catch it after the fact. No, boo-boo. I'll see you at the unemployment line on Monday. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Be sure to like, subscribe, follow. If you haven't already read Vera's article, please do so as well. And we will see you next week.